last week because my daughter, my youngest daughter got sick, and my oldest daughter was previously sick. She's in preschool, so she's bringing everything home. But I have COVID tested and flu tested, and so, but excuse my voice is where it keeps hitting me this season.
That's a fancy bar you keep smoking.
It is. You know,
It's like in my side.
that's the only way to get through parenting. So, yeah.
Great. Bourbon and cigar, been there, done that.
All right, everybody's virtually here. Yeah, so this week we have a lot of really what I find to be some exciting energy happening in the planetary realm. There's Jupiter's going into the moon sign of Aries, which means that coming from Pisces, this really could be described as the energy of our dreams being brought into reality, being able to manifest. And then on Wednesday, we have the winter solstice, which could be described as kind of like the natural world's new year, right? Because we have the darkest day, the longest night, right? Before the return of the sun. And in ancient times, people would use this as a celebration because the more darkness, the more threat to life, really. So making it through to here when the sun would return is really a time to, celebrate. And now this gives us a really powerful, hey, Felicia, a really powerful energy of setting intention. My advice to you is if you are someone who likes to set intentions for the new year, do it on Wednesday and not on New Year's Day. It's just really a better time. So today we'll focus on really what it is that we want to illuminate. And this is something that yoga asks of us all the time. Where do you put your focus? Where is it that you want to shine your light, not only on your mat, but off your mat? So let's all take a nice comfortable seat. You can sit up on some props if that feels good on your body. And ideally you'd like your hip creases, the tops of your thighs, to be higher than your knees. Okay, you can sit up a little more. And then please close your eyes. And welcome your breath. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose if that's available to you. And notice what you find. What happens when you take this opportunity to stop, to be still, to pause? How do you feel? What do you find when you begin to shine the light of your awareness inward? Then check in with your body and notice the parts of yourself that are connected to the ground. And feel that they get heavy and rooted. You could even imagine that you're growing roots deep and wide into the earth beneath you. And from this place of being really grounded and connected, let your breath grow you taller. As you lengthen your spine, take the crown of your head up towards the sky. Take a breath in and lengthen your side bodies, shoulders up, back, and down. Relax your tongue in your mouth. Make a little space between your lower jaw and your upper jaw. Soften the skin on your face and smooth out your forehead. And then see if you could take your inner gaze up and in towards the very center of your brain. And notice if that helps you drop back into yourself. From there, take your awareness down into your body. Maybe lean back just slightly. And allow yourself to be centered, balanced, even if it's just for a fleeting moment. Allow yourself to be fully present. And then please bring your hands together in front of your heart. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. It could just simply be something that you want to illuminate. Maybe it's a feeling of gratitude or relaxation. Maybe it's a mindset, right? To focus on what we have, our gifts, rather than our lack. Could just be to illuminate your breath as you move today, or illuminate the parts of your practice that feel good versus the parts that are more challenging. And you could take this even bigger and set an intention for your whole day, your whole week, or start to formulate your intentions for this next season, this next cycle, this next year. We'll begin our class and seal in our intentions with 3 cleansing breaths. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it go with a sigh. 2 more like that. And then gently bow your head to your heart. Slowly open your eyes and release your hands. And come on down onto your back. Move your props just off to your mat wherever you have some space. And as you recline, take a moment to just stretch out. And you might move yourself next to your room, your wall, so that you can take your arms overhead if that feels good on your body. And then pick up your right leg and lengthen it. Make it a little longer. It doesn't have to be far off the ground. You can just lift it a little, make it longer, bring it back down. Do the same thing with your left. Lift it up, elongate, return it to the earth, and see how that feels. There's a shift or a change. Take a deep breath in if your arms are overhead, full body stretch. And as you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Take your right knee in your left hand. Bring your right arm out to the side, either to a T or to cactus. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, twist. Guide your leg across your body over to the left. You can roll all the way onto your outer left hip, and your gaze can come out over your right shoulder. If your right shoulder starts to lift up off the ground, it's no problem. Just take your right hand and rest it on your rib cage. Now notice if your right hip starts to hike up towards your waist, towards your rib cage. Press it away from your torso. A few breaths here. Inhale, come back to center. Extend your right leg to meet your left. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, full body stretch if that's available. Exhale, left knee into your chest. Take your left knee in your right hand, left arm out to the side. Breathe in, exhale to twist. Same thing here, check in, what's happening with the shoulder, popping up. Rest your hand on your rib cage. Notice how that changes the expression of the pose. If your left hip is hiking up, press it away. And see if you can get your low back towards being perpendicular to the earth, straight up and down. And you just do your best with that. Inhale back to center. Now hug both knees into your chest. You can give yourself a little massage here on your low back, rocking back and forth, making little circles in one direction and the other. And then bring the soles of your feet to the ground. From here, soles of the feet together, knees wide. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose. If this feels too intense on your hips, you can take blocks underneath your thighs and create more structure and support for your body. Close your eyes and feel your breath fill up the space underneath your hands. Can you practice illuminating your breath? And maybe that means simply bringing your awareness to each inhale, to each exhale. Or maybe it means to practice visualizing your breath as warm golden light that flows into your body and illuminates every cell in your being. And as it flows out, cleanses. So this is a powerful time of letting go of everything that's happened this past year as we begin to move into the next phase after the solstice. What is it that you're ready to leave behind? And what is it that you want to draw forward? What has served you this year? And what can be shed? Inhale your knees back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Gently roll to your right side. Make your way all the way up to all fours, coming to a tabletop position. Set yourself up so that your knees are just underneath your hips, maybe slightly behind. Spread your fingers wide, wrist creases parallel with the front of the mat. Good, couple of connected breaths here before you do anything else. Breathe in, feel the breath go from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. Breathe out from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And then on your next inhale, invite movement into your body as you move into cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine gently, gaze up. Exhale, round through your back. Lengthen your tailbone, chin to your chest, and round the spine, and flow with your breath. Notice the parts of the body that feel open and easy. And notice the parts that feel tight. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Press your hips up and back and come into downward facing dog. Maybe this is your first down dog today. Notice how it feels in your body. You can pedal out your legs here, bending one knee and sending the opposite heel towards the earth. And then see where you can find more length, more stretch. See where you can find more space. Inhale, begin to walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Exhale as you fold back over your legs. Knees can be bent or you can use blocks. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine halfway, come up to a flat back. Exhale, bow in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more. Press down into your feet. Inhale, rise your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then take a moment, look at your feet, make sure that they're parallel, sitting bone or hip distance apart. You could lift and spread your toes. See if the weight is even on all four corners of your feet. Then press down into the earth with your feet. Activate your legs or the kneecaps. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Two more like that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, bowing. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more. Inhale. So here we are, honoring the sun, right? This is a sun salutation, where we bow into the light. And exhale, hands to heart center. Whenever you arrive back here in Tadasana, close your eyes. And once again, what is it that you want to illuminate? Or can you shine your light right now in this moment? And open your eyes, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, take a big step back with your left leg. And here, maybe you want to have your blocks. So your right knee is over your right ankle. And if balance is a little tricky, you could widen your feet. So instead of thinking about both feet being on like one ski, you're on two skis, right? Two different tracks, railroad tracks maybe. Now hug the legs in towards each other. So your right hip moves back and in. Press your left thigh up towards the sky. Lengthen your sternum. Breathe. Can you shine your light on your breath? Can you shine your light on your foundation? Your feet, move down from there and see if you could create more space in your body. And then maybe you reach your arms up. Maybe you decide, not today, and keep your hands down. Exhale, release. From here, we'll move back into downward facing dog, and you have some options. You could stay right here, you can come into child's pose, or if you'd like to move through a vinyasa, you can do that. I'll talk you through the vinyasa if you'd like that option. You'll inhale, come forward to a high plank and bring your knees down. Keep your chest lifted, shoulder blades on your back as you exhale, bend your elbows straight back all the way down. Point your toes, tops of the feet, press into the ground. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we'll all come into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Send your hips back towards your heels. If this doesn't feel good on your body, you can always lay on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Child's pose has an inherent darkness to it. It asks us to turn inward and to really embrace the beauty that happens in the dark. This is where all things grow. Seeds are planted deep in the dark soil. Okay? Babies are born in the darkness of the womb. So what is it that we want to grow? What seeds can we sow? What can we plant at this point in our lives? And what can we then bathe in light and illuminate so it can grow? When you're ready, you'll slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, big step back with your right leg. Use blocks on the first side and use them on the second. And same thing here. Maybe you give yourself a little bit of a wider stance. See that your knee is over your ankle. Press your right thigh up towards the sky. Press out through your back heel. Good. Then hug your legs in towards each other. Left hip moves back and in. Press into your feet. And then notice if you're putting a lot of weight in your hands. And see if you can lengthen your sternum from the strength of your legs. Use that to hold the pose, to create the structure and the stability. A few breaths just like this. And if it's feeling really challenging, if it's feeling really hard, could you illuminate something else? Focus on the breath. You could stay just like this, or maybe you reach your arms up. Palms face in towards each other. Reach up as much through your thumbs as your pinkies. Heart lifts. Breathe. Exhale, release. Slowly step back, downward facing dog. And same three options here. Stay in down dog, come right into child's pose. Or if you would like another vinyasa, then you honor that, listen to your body. Once again, we'll all meet back in child's. There's this beauty in yoga when we close our eyes. When we turn inward to our own darkness, and it's there that we find our light. That they coexist within us. This balance of yin and yang. Come back into down dog. Inhale, walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. This time, interlace your fingers, pull your index fingers. Straighten out your arms as much as you can. And then notice the tendency to kind of pop the hips forward, the ribs forward. So maybe your hips move back, you draw your low belly in, your rib cage tucks in, good, and lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, reach out over to the right. Send your hips to the left. Breathe. Your gaze could be down to the ground, straight out, or up towards the sky. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach out over to the left, send your hips to the right. Inhale to center and exhale, release. All right, let's take a wide stance on our mats and you can face the street. It's nice and pressed. So here you can extend your arms straight out from your shoulders and try to line up your ankles under your wrists. This may or may not happen. Good. Feet are parallel. Now turn your left toes face forward. Bend your left knee. Warrior two. So here, if your knee starts to move past your ankle, you need a little more space. And then flip your palms. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Keep that. Turn your palms back down. And notice which part of the body you want to illuminate. First, bring your awareness to your feet. Where can you ground? Where can you get a little stronger in your foundation? Notice your legs, your hips. This is the center of your head where you go over your tailbone. Can you make more space through your spine, through your side bodies? Notice your tongue, your jaw. Where can you relax? Find more ease. Press into your left foot, straighten your left leg. Exhale, hands to your hips. Turn your left toes in, your right toes out. So here, I neglected to say this on the first side, but you'd like to have heel to arch alignment, if that's possible, instead of saying heel to heel. So you look at your front foot. If you draw a line, an imaginary line from your front heel, should dissect the arch of your back foot. Once you have that, bend into your right knee. Extend your arms. Gaze out over your right middle finger. And then start to check in. What's happening with my feet? Do I feel strong and steady in my legs? Or am I feeling like they're barely holding me up? If that's the case, maybe I have them a little closer together, find more stability. Draw your low belly, pull your ribs back. Engage your core to help keep you centered and stable. Check in with your tongue, with your jaw, with your gaze, with your eyes. And don't forget your breath. If you want to flip your palms and go shoulder blades onto your back, do so. Two more breaths. Press into your right foot, straighten your right leg, hands to your hips, turn your right toes in. See that your feet are truly parallel. Maybe you widen your heels just slightly. There's a tendency for the toes to turn out. Now inhale, lengthen your sternum, reach up to the crown of your head, and exhale as you fold. Bow forward, keep your weight right over the arches of your feet. Tendency is to let the butt move back. So you bring your weight slightly forward, even though it feels awkward, it feels like maybe a little pitch forward, bring your hands down to the ground. Give yourself a little stability there. You can always use blocks. You can always keep the spine long and carry forward. It feels sketchy on your low back. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips. From the center of your heart, inhale all the way to stand. Step your feet together. And we'll move into tree. So you can stay facing the street. Bring all the weight to your left foot. Hands to your hips. Turn your right knee open to the side. And come up onto the ball of your foot. So you could bring your heel here to your inner ankle. And you could stay on the ball of your foot. And maybe this is your tree pose. Or you could slide your foot up your shin. And maybe that's your tree pose. Or you could pick up your foot, move it above your knee. Press it to your inner thigh. And maybe that's your tree pose. And when you're ready, arms reach. Always use the wall to steady yourself. You find a focal point, a drishti, to help you balance. Lower on the ground will be a little easier than higher up. And you just play. Can you illuminate the play, right? Instead of the perfection. And when you're ready, release, shake it out. Second side, bring all your weight into your right foot, open your left knee out to the side, and decide here. Foot to your ankle, to your shin, to your upper inner thigh, just never on the side of the knee. And when you're ready, arms reach. Press down into your foot, grow your roots. Then lengthen up, find more space, reach up out of your hips, up through your fingertips. And then release and shake it out. Let's come to pivot. A sip of water, you get parched. And sitting cross-legged, bring your hands to your knees. Let's do some hip circles here. And just whatever direction feels best. And notice the difference if you keep your awareness in your low body, if you initiate the movement from your hips, from your pelvis, or if you initiate the movement from your shoulders. Then you'll slowly spiral back up to center and reverse direction. Same thing here. Awareness to your hips. And then awareness to your shoulders. So change it. Slowly spiral back to center. Change the cross of your legs. Bring your hands to heart center. This is called circle of joy. From here, you'll interlace your fingers. You'll inhale, lift your elbows. So keep your shoulders down, just the elbow tips. Good. As you exhale, press your palms away and round your back. Inhale, arms up, lengthen your spine, keep your gaze up. Exhale, float the arms down, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, stretch your arms away, lift your chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. And repeat. So inhale, lift the elbows, interlace the fingers. Exhale, press the palms away and round your back. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, float the arms down, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, stretch, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, press the palms away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, stretch your arms away, lift your heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Okay, let's come down onto our backs. And hug your knees into your chest again. And once again, give yourself a little massage on your low back and you check in on your body throughout your practice. What feels different from when you first set onto your mat? What still feels a little tight or achy or cranky? From here, bring your right foot down to the ground, cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh for a reclined pigeon. You could stay just like this. Actually, you know what, you guys? I'm going to change it. So hug your knees back into your chest again. Roll to your right side. Come on up. I'm sorry, I don't like to do that to you, but I think it's going to feel better. So we're going to face the wall with your feet. We're going to use the wall on that. So if you're at home and you don't have access to a wall, you can just do the version that we were just doing. And here you'll come back onto your back. And you'll find the same shape, only this time you'll bring your right foot up onto the wall. And then you'll have to play with how much you scooch away from the wall here with your torso, right? So the closer your butt is to the wall, the more intense the stretch is going to be. And the further away you are, might give you the space that you need. And then try to have your foot on the wall in a way in which your ankle lines up with your knee so that your shin is parallel to the ground, right? Yeah. Flex your left foot. And from your left hip, you'll press your knee towards the wall. It's the hip that opens and then the knee moves rather than thinking about the knee moving towards the wall, if that makes sense. And then see with this, what does this give you with the wall? Create a little more stability, more structure. Maybe it gives you rest in a way because you don't have to work on holding the shape of your legs up and you can relax. Or maybe not, maybe it creates more of an opening. You can bring your arms down by your sides with your palms face up. Or maybe you take your arms overhead. We'll grab onto opposite elbows. I don't know what you want this last time. All right, let's switch sides. So place your left foot on the wall. Cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. This may be a whole different experience, second side. You may need more space away from the wall, you need less. Notice your sacrum, your low back, connected to the earth, and see if you could level out the weight that's placed there. When we come to our mat, we're often confronted with the stories that we tell ourselves about our bodies, about our flexibility, about our injuries, about our tension. And it's so easy to get caught up in them, to go along for the ride when the brain starts telling its tales. But on our mat, we practice shining the light somewhere else. Oh, there goes my mind thinking again. Can I breathe? There goes my mind talking about how this is my lung hip. Instead, can I send some prana, some energy and awareness, warm golden light to that part of my body? Just a few more breaths here. Then release, bring your right foot to the wall, hug both knees into your chest. Gently roll to your right side. Come all the way back up to sit. Here, extend both legs out. Move the flesh away from your sitting bones. Hug your right knee into your chest. Cross your right foot over your left leg. Good. Flex your left foot, sit up a little taller. So you could stay just like this, or you could bend your left knee and bring that foot back by your hip. Up to you. Bring your right hand behind you, close to your low back. Use it kind of like a kickstand to lengthen your spine. And then stay facing forward, don't twist yet, stay facing towards this wall. And notice that your belly button, your navel is pointing straight ahead where it's me. You want to keep that. Inhale, lengthen, reach up through the crown of your head. Take your right arm up. Left arm up, I'm sorry. Keep your navel facing forward and exhale, twist above that. Oh, hard, right? Your hand comes down and rests on your right knee and hook. Navel stays facing forward, hips stay centered towards the wall in front of you. Then the twist comes from the upper back. So our body will always exploit our areas of flexibility to avoid our areas of tension. And most of us are really tight and tense in our upper back. And it's super easy to twist from the hip, so it's easier. But we want the twist to come from the back. Now inhale to unwind and a little counter twist in the other direction. Inhale to center and go ahead and switch sides. Shoot up the legs. Hug your left knee into your chest. Cross your left foot over your right leg. Flex your right foot. You can stay just like this, or you could bend your knee back. And if you're like that, you just want to make sure wherever you are, you can feel both sitting bones on the ground. Right? So now left hand comes behind you on your fingertips. Use it to lengthen your spine to get a little taller. Keep your navel, your hips facing forward. Inhale your right arm up. And then exhale, can you start the twist, the winding from the upper back? And then maybe your elbow comes down, or you could just rest your hand. It's just important to keep that length and space in the spine. You know, maybe this twist that you've probably done at least a few times in yoga class, or maybe a million times. What happens when you change it like this? You don't let your hips move. And it feels like, oh wait, I can't go very far into this. What's the story that we tell? And can we illuminate something else? Breathe into the upper back. Inhale, unwind, a little counter twist in the other direction. And release, shake out your legs. Bring the soles of your feet together and knees wide. Press your feet into each other. Your hands into your ankles or to your feet. Good. Kind of move the flesh away from your sitting bones, shift weight to one side or the other. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale as you fold. Keep your spine long for as long as you can as you hinge forward. And then once you find your edge, a place where it's just far enough, where you're not pushing into injury, but you're maybe just on the precipice of your comfort zone, then you could let the spine round a little. You could relax into the pose in a more yin way, or if it feels better to keep more engagement in your body, you can do that. Inhale to rise. Use your hands to assist your knees coming back up to center. And then decide here, what kind of shavasana you like to take. You could take the length of the wall. You could take a traditional shavasana laying back. You prefer a seated meditation, you could do that. Choice is yours. If you're coming to legs up the wall, you can layer up props to set yourself up or cover yourself with blankets. If you want to do legs up the wall, you'll come to sit with one hip against the wall, you'll lean back on your hands, and then you'll, as gracefully as possible, just swing your legs up. Lay down on the ground. Check in with whether you need to bring your seat towards the wall a little closer or moving a little further away is better for your hamstrings. And so you just take some time to just Take a full breath in. And let it go to the side. More like that. Let whatever parts of your body are on the ground be heavy. Let your bones be heavy in your body. And let your muscles relax. Let your tongue get heavy and wide on your lower palate. Corners of your eyes can get wide so that your eyeballs could descend back into their sockets. Give yourself permission here to let go. Let go of your practice, anything that your brain may think about that. Let go of your day before this moment, anything that happened before you arrived and anything that's left on your list to do or plans for later. Give yourself permission to shed, to release, and to let go of anything that's no longer serving you, either in this moment or in your whole life. In this moment, in this Shavasana, let yourself gather in the darkness with your eyes closed and honor your own light. You can visualize this light, this golden light, pouring down from the soles of your feet and illuminating every cell in your being. Moving down through your feet into your ankles, your calves and knees, thighs, and pulling into your hips. Traveling up into your belly, filling your entire torso, pelvis, your rib cage, shoulders, moving down through your arms, all the way to your fingertips, up through your throat and neck, and face, and head, until you're completely filled with light, yet still in the safe, warm, dark. slowly begin to deepen your breath. Draw awareness back into your body. See wiggle your fingers, your toes. Your legs are on the wall. You can slide your feet down the wall, drawing your knees in towards your chest. Take your time. You can roll to your right side and slowly make your way back up to where the comfortable seat. Once you arrive, close your eyes. One more time, return your hands to heart center. Take a moment to honor yourself for your practice today, honoring your body, your mind, your heart, all parts of yourself. Take a moment to honor one another. It's a beautiful gift to be able to share our practices, to share this space. And then call back your intention that you said at the beginning of class. Maybe you'd like to make some changes, to modify it, to use for the rest of your day, taking it off your mat, out back into the world. And then let's seal in our intentions, illuminating our intentions for this moment, this day, this next season, and end our class with a final cleansing breath. Get deep breath in and let it go. Gently bow your head to your heart. The light within me recognizes and honors this very same light in each one. Namaste. Thank you all so much for your practice today. It's so nice to be here with you. I have a couple of quick announcements. One is that I'm teaching a workshop tomorrow called Full Time Yin. It's a yin practice based around the solstice. So a lot of these themes will be woven into that class, but in a different way. So if you want to come to that, I'd love to have you. Also, next weekend is Christmas Eve. We're closed Christmas Day. Classes are as scheduled for Saturday, Christmas Eve. If it snows, like they're saying, it might. I will still teach this class from my house. You can live stream with me and so choose. And if not, then the following weekend is also a holiday weekend, New Year's Eve, same thing, same classes, and New Year's Day is the same. Okay. Thank you guys.
What time is it tomorrow?
Thank you.
Tomorrow's at noon. Talk tomorrow. Also available via recording if you can't make it. It's nice. It's like a holiday themed yin practice. There's a meditation at the end that's like a candlelit light bath, and we'll focus on setting intentions. Yeah.
And bring your own eggnog?
Yeah, yeah, and cigar.
Yeah, no.
And cigar. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sure. Mm-hmm.